Good evening, students. Today we're going to work on Chapter 4, Lesson 2, how do cells work together. So when we last left off, we were talking about cells just in general. We went over a few of the organelles, which are the organs of the cells, as I called them. We learned specifically about the nucleus and about cytoplasm. And what I have up on the screen right now is an animal cell and a plant cell. Now, if you can remember, point to which one that you think is the plant cell. If you pointed to the one on the right, you are correct. Why? Because as I said before, a plant cell has a cell wall. While the cell on the right has a cell wall, the one on the left does not, making that one an animal cell. Both have a cell membrane, but right outside the cell membrane of a plant cell is a cell wall. Now let's learn how cells work together. First of all, there's types of cells. Your body has about 200 different kinds of cells. This amount may seem big, but the adult human body actually has about 100 trillion cells. These cells make up different parts of your body. Red blood cells are just one type of cell that makes up your blood. Muscle cells form your muscles. Nervous cells, well, they make your brain. Their structure of the cell helps them do their job. Special cell structures. There are 3 different cell shapes. There's flat, round, and branching. Let's start talking about this, but if you can, go to your book, if you can, and go to page 156. There are some good pictures on page 156 that actually will help you with this. I put up a version of this on the screen, but it's not the same exact one as your book, but I got it pretty close. So let's talk about flat cells. Flat cells mainly are skin cells because they are flat, which makes sense. You look at your skin, it's flat. It may round over your bone, but it is flat. Flat cells join or they overlap to cover the surface. The next type is round. Red blood cells are round, which they carry oxygen to all your cells. Their shape helps them move easily through blood vessels. Their shape also creates a large surface area for picking up and carrying oxygen. So at this point, I would normally start telling you purpose of blood, and that's what we'll go into right now. The function and purpose of blood is a delivery system. Blood's main function is to deliver oxygen to your cells to help remove waste. So if you ever wondered why we have blood, that's why. That's why blood is so important. It delivers the oxygen. Now let's talk about branching cells. A cell's nerves branch, and they have a branching structure that can connect several parts of the body at once. This makes their shape great for communicating information. So again, 3 cell shapes: branching, flat, and round. And again, go to your book and look at this if you have not yet. Okay, moving on. Special cell structures include hair-like structures, cilia, and fibers. You have hair-like structures on some of your cells. This will help your cells sense. For example, as the book says on 156, when a friend whispers in your ear, sound waves can cause many parts of your ears to vibrate. This causes the hair-like structures on your cells in your inner ear to actually bend. This results in the nerve signals being sent to the brain. Cilia, C-I-L-I-A. In the airways of lungs, cells have waving hair-like structures called cilia. This helps move dirt and germs out of your airways. You get irritated, that's when you cough. Excuse me, it made me cough. Next one is fibers. Muscle cells are made of long fibers of protein. The fibers are like threads that slide by each other and make the cells shorter. Each fiber is not very strong, but many cells work together in bundles, making the muscle strong. So in this, you could think of a rope. If you just have a single piece of string, it's not that strong. But you put many pieces of string together, they're stronger together. Okay, it's how they make bungee cords. It's how they make thick braided rope. They just add fibers to it. Cells form tissue. A tissue is a group of the same kind of cells that work together to do a job. What does this mean? Well, it means you have millions of skin cells. Okay, but it's not until they put together that they could really carry out their function. On the screen, I have a picture of many cells that together have formed a larger section or a tissue. A tissue is a group of the same kind of cells that work together to do a job. Muscle cells grouped in bundles make muscle tissue. Bone cells grouped together make bone tissue. Groups of nerve cells make up nervous tissue or nerve tissue. Bone cells grouped together are a type of connective tissue. Skin cells covering your skin are one type of tissue. We call that one epithelia tissue. It's a little hint for 7th grade later on. In 7th grade, we'll cover this a little bit more in depth, but epithelia tissue is skin, so that may end up being a bonus somewhere. So epithelia, you feel your skin. Epithelia tissue is your skin. By the way, skin consists of many layers. The top section alone has about 25 layers of skin cells. Nerve tissue helps you sense touch, pressure, and temperature. Blood carries food and oxygen to the cells, as I said before. Now let's talk about how this makes organs. Tissues actually form organs. An organ is a group of different tissues that join together into one structure. These tissues work together to do a main job in the body. Your heart, your eyes, your ears, and your stomach are all organs. Many animals have similar tissues and organs. Plants also have organs. Not everybody realizes or thinks about this, but plants have tissues and organs too. Stems, roots, leaves, and flowers are plants' organs. Now, so far we've talked about cells, tissues, and organs. Each one of them, if you haven't noticed, builds off of each other. You put enough cells of one type together, you get a tissue. You put enough tissues of that type together, you get an organ. For example, I have a skin cell. I put many skin cells together, I get a skin tissue. I put many skin tissues together, I get the organ of the skin. Now, let's then move into organ systems. An organ system is a group of organs that work together to carry out a life process. Here, I have shown many of the human organ systems. Skeletal system, muscular system, digestive system, respiratory system, nervous system, circulatory system, and there are a few others. These systems help you live. That's what keeps us going. But ultimately, as I said in the beginning of this chapter, cells are like Legos. Yes, I'm bringing it back to this. You put one Lego brick in front of you. You just have a Lego brick. You put many Lego bricks, you could build a wall. That's like a tissue. You put many of the Lego walls together, the Lego tissues, you make a Lego building. That's like an organ. You put enough Lego organs together, Lego buildings, you get a Lego city. That's like an organ system. So as I said in the beginning of the chapter, cells are like Legos. Okay, you are made of cells. Your cells form tissues, they form the organs, they form the organ systems that help you live.